guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Welcome to our YouTube channel, guys.
If you're just seeing us for the first time in this YouTube street, we are
OC Family Life.
And
I'm Obi.
And I'm Chichi. Welcome to our YouTube channel, guys. Today's topic is gonna be hot. Last 2 weeks we discussed about our perfect marriage, and a lot of people, a lot of our friends in Facebook, they were so happy to see that episode and that topic. Most of my friends was like, oh, we can't wait to see this season 2. I mean, guys, remember I told you guys in that video that there is no perfect marriage. Okay, so meanwhile, today we actually didn't want to make this video, but one of my husband long time. Why are you laughing over me? What's the problem? You don't want us to make this video. What's up?
I know you're going to talk about that guy today.
Stop. Well, I told him already, Edward, I know you're watching. I'm not going to say your last name, but I know you're watching. I told you that you have given me a content that I'm going to say something today. Though I didn't even plan making this video today. Because you know, when something happens, when there is an action, you really want. I'm that kind of person that once I say something, I like to talk about it, because if I don't say it, if I don't talk about it, I might forget, or you know, I like to tackle issues.
That's a way of, you know, encouraging one or two persons out there.
Yeah,
you know,
I like to tackle issues.
You know?
I don't like to later. I don't like to reserve issue. I like to tackle it as it comes. So Edward, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say your last name. But I told you that I'm going to. You have given me a content to talk about in our perfect marriage. Anyway, guys. So today's topic is gonna be boom. So stick around. Don't move. Okay? If you're just seeing us for the first time, or you came across our channel by chance based on the title, just stick around and listen to us what we have to say in our perfect marriage season 2. Episode 2, season 1, episode 2.
Yeah. season 1, episode 2.
So,
and if you have not watched the first episode,
please go watch it.
So
that you can catch up in this series of our perfect marriage. So yeah, guys, one of my husband, long-time friend from Canada, was having a wedding today. So he actually called us to be their witness. So we went to the court and to be their witness at the wedding. Well, it was supposed to start by 10. We got there exactly on time, but where is Edward?
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
Why? The bride is there.
The bride is already there, and then Edward is nowhere to be found. So both of them came from different. The bride actually was with the parents, so came together with the parents. Then Edward was supposed to come with their one of their uncles that live here. But the thing is that my husband called him on the phone because of the COVID, and it's only few people that is allowed to come inside the courtroom, and we are all 6 feet apart. Yeah. But though we are the witness, so my husband called him on the phone like, Edward, where are you? It's now 10:05. Where are you?
Edward was missing in action.
I asked my husband, probably he's having a cold feet. You know, when people are about to get into this relationship thing, sometimes you're in doubt, in as much as this is somebody maybe you've been talking online, maybe dating online, or you even know, like in my own situation, I and my husband, we dated before we got married. Mm-hmm. You know, so I mean, in as much as I know him, I remember that very. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, you were frequenting it.
No, it was once. It wasn't frequent. It was once. Don't say frequent.
But you went.
No, it was the time that the limousine dropped me off. Remember,
I remember.
Was there. Yeah. For some reason, I had a cold feet.
Yeah, but you had to go to the toilet.
I had to go to the toilet.
So which means you fall in the category of Edward.
I know. I was happy. I mean, my own, I think it was the tension or so, but for Edward, There is no reason. When he came,
why would you say there's no reason?
Because he was. What was he saying? Oh boy,
He's tension now. That was what he was tension.
Okay,
He's all the same. He's entering into a huge venture.
It's true. It's true.
Everybody have different circumstances. There are people who doesn't. Like for me, I know my wife. When I saw her, I knew this is the one. So I didn't even have any.
Look at the camera and
yeah, sure. When I saw her, I didn't. No,
your hand was not shaking that very day when you were taking that vow.
Nothing like that.
I don't believe
I was straight up.
Guys,
you know that.
On my own wedding day, I had the same cold feet. I think my own was, I just went, not frequently, I didn't go to toilet frequently. I did number 2.
But you went to the toilet.
I did number 2, but it was just once.
That's cool.
So I actually I understand where he's coming from. And I completely understand what happened to you today, Edward. But remember,
it's okay.
I told you that I'm going to use this as a content, that since we are into this story of the our perfect marriage, that you have given me content, but I am not going to call your last name as I promised, but I'm going to call your name. So I know you're watching, so I'm so sorry. But I just have to bring this in here. So in as much as this guy has known this girl for some while, I don't know why it happened to him. Remember, me too, I had the same issue. Me and my husband, we dated for almost 5 years, 4 years plus, going to almost 5 years before we got married. But still, I had that tension when I was about to get into
perfectly normal.
Take that vow.
Perfectly normal.
Do you take this wife to be your loving wife?
That's a very big adventure. You need to think about it.
Or whatever, in this or whatever it is, let's do you.
In baggages and less baggages.
It's like signing a deep contract that you don't know.
Yeah.
Like at that moment, you're like, this thing, is it going to work out? Is it really a good thing? Is it really a good venture that I'm taking up right now?
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's get into this. In as much as Edward and the wife courted for some while, and still getting into this relationship, he's having a cold feet. Why? So that brings us into today's topic of falling in love
before and after marriage. Is it a guarantee to a successful marriage?
So let's talk about it.
But remember, if you have not watched our first episode, please do go watch our first episode.
Yeah.
That brings us to number 2 episodes of our perfect marriage.
Exactly.
Falling in love before and after marriage. Is it a guarantee to a successful marriage? Is it a guarantee to a successful marriage?
Yeah. So let's dive in. Let's dive into today's topic.
Let's dig it in.
Though I have, this intro has really went so long, me talking about what happened to us today, but it's okay. It's just one of those things. It won't be like that every day.
Yeah.
It's just a content that I saw and I wanted to make use of it today. So I'm so sorry. But let's dive in on today's topic. Over to you, Hobby.
Yeah. Most times some people say, oh, I'm having issues with my husband because we didn't date, we didn't court. Oh, I didn't fall in love with him before we got married. Oh, I fell in love with him before we got married. All those things, do you think it's a guarantee for a successful marriage? Hear our opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not a guarantee for a successful marriage, like my husband said. It's not. Whether you courted or dated for some while before getting married, no. You guys are in that relationship together. I have seen a relationship whereby they dated and still they couldn't make it when they get into that relationship thing called marriage after taking that vow. Okay? Why? Remember, when you're dating somebody, you don't really know their behavior like when you're living with them day to day, because sometimes some people date with their partner, and after that you go to your, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks is not enough for you to know somebody, even 1 month, even 3 months. I mean, constantly sleeping and waking up with that person in the same house. It's not when you are not living with the person, constantly sleeping and waking up the same day in the same house. Okay, so the person might have some characteristics that he's not showing off, he's not presenting, and you think that person is okay or perfect until you start sleeping and maybe that person snore heavily, you don't even know, or maybe that person do some, maybe he finished eating, he dumps his plate in the sink, he doesn't care, or he's the kind of people that when they come back home, where they leave their shoe is where it will be for the next 4 days. Okay, not organized. It's not like when you guys were dating that when he's coming to see you, he's well groomed, put his cologne, you know, he's ready to come and meet Omoge. Like. So now you are living in the same house with that person. Trust me.
But are you saying you didn't do any like shakara pretense?
You know me now from onset. You know I don't pretend.
Are you sure?
You know I tell you I really. That is you. That is you.
What did I do? Tell me what I did.
Do you? You don't want me to open you. This is. Don't let me tell them your secret.
Oh.
Okay. Don't let my husband. Let me just share since he brought it up. He's that kind of person. When we were dating, Obi. When he's eating, he's like, he can't chew. He's so gentle. When we go out to eat or go somewhere, you will say, oh, this guy is, I'm okay, I'm not hungry, I'm okay. But by the time we got married, hey, by the time I finished preparing my food, my delicacy.
You see what you said. By the time you finish preparing your food,
come and see Obi munching. Chaka, chaka,
what do you do when you're hungry? When you're hungry, you eat fast now, so that you're hungry, because the food is sweet, it's delicious. That's why.
The food is delicious. That's why, guys. My husband. Those things, some people, little thing can make you fall out of your relationship, things that are not issue. He's very comfortable passing gas in front of me right now. Those days, he wasn't. Okay?
Oh, are you saying that those days I don't pass gas?
No, I'm not even
Remember we are in camera and you're saying all these things about your...
We can always edit, crop, and delete the ones that we don't want them to hear.
Okay, guys.
The ones that we don't want them to hear, we can always cut it off.
It's okay.
But by the time we finish looking at it and feel that it's okay for them to see, why not? I mean, we are just trying to encourage someone out there.
Anyway, there's nothing bad.
Yeah,
there's nothing bad in there. That's what it means to have.
It's part of perfect marriage.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
So there is nothing. We can tolerate one another. It's not a big deal. I still love him. Forever and ever. We are still. Our relationship is be like from the first day I met you, girl. I knew that we love you.
Okay, guys. Back to
so it's okay.
Back to our point, guys. I just want to bring something into play here, right? Most times, dating and courtship are being used interchangeably. What do I mean by that? Sometimes people use the two words to be one. They can use it to mean the same thing. I just want to clarify some points, right? Dating has to do when you want to build a relationship with someone, right? You can go out on a date with that person 1 or 2 times. And
they are two different things.
Yeah. Dating, 2 things happen. Either the relationship is cut off or the relationship continues. Okay? But when you talk about courtship, maybe when you are doing dating, remember when you are doing dating with your boy and your girl, right? Sometimes you do it in secret. Your husbands are not aware of it.
You used to come I remember one time my dad caused my husband coming to look at me. He was like, I don't want to see you in my house again. Don't come here. Man and woman don't have no relationship.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, now why you went home? That is the idea of dating.
Yeah, kind of hide and seek.
But when you're talking about courtship, right? The parents will be aware, close friends,
exactly.
Family members will be aware.
Official.
And it will lead to what is called marriage. Okay? So that's what is there. So whether you fall in the category of those who fall in love before marriage or those who fall in love after marriage. It doesn't guarantee a successful marriage. All of us as human beings have the power to make our marriage successful.
We have the power.
And the key to a successful marriage is the two of us. You as a woman or as a wife, and you as a man. Okay? As a husband. Yeah. You have the key, you have the power to make it happen. And the ability for you to make that happen is for you to have that willingness, which will be something that we'll discuss in our subsequent episode.
Maybe in the next episode.
Yeah. So
we need that willingness to move on.
Yeah. So you know, well, change is something that we know that people are afraid to see, right?
Of course.
Nobody wants change.
For a new job.
Nobody wants change. You want to remain somewhere.
Even when you're moving.
Yeah, even when you're moving, a lot of stuff. So the same thing happens in a marriage, right? When you marry someone, right? With time, the person's attitude might change.
Of course.
For the better
or for bad.
For bad. So do you want your marriage to change for the better or for good? If you want it to change for good, which means that you need to maintain and service that marriage repeatedly.
How do we service it?
And for you to service it, you have to be willing to accept the changes.
Exactly.
And to see that your partner to be the same person that you know.
You nailed it.
Do you consider that your wife to be you?
You nailed it.
My wife, I don't look at my wife as a woman. I look at my wife as myself, because I want to treat her. Because I want to treat her the way I want to be treated.
Yeah.
As a man, do you consider that? As a woman, do you look at your man and say, oh, this man is me. I want to treat my husband the way I want to be treated. Exactly. That is why I said all of us have the key to make that change in our marriage. So whether, like I said before, if you fall in love before marriage or after marriage, that doesn't matter. Even though me and my wife will fall into the category of falling in love before marriage, we fall into that category. But that doesn't guarantee. What the key is our willingness. Are we able to submit to that change? Because marriage is a commitment. That commitment needs to be serviced and maintained regularly, just as we service our...
It also has to service with one being willing to accept that service. Because if I'm not willing to, then it's going to burst out in a relationship being dissolved. So it's hard work, like my husband said.
So we got to find out what that willingness is. What are those things in our next episode?
In our next episode.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many things that can make you fall out in a relationship. But sometimes both of you might think that you're strong. Oh yeah, we are unbreakable. But what about extended family? What about friends?
Yes.
What about people that you don't even know from all angles that claims to know you more than you know yourself? What about...
And sometimes children can still bring problems as well. When children start coming.
Yeah, that one will be a topic of its own. We're going to get to that.
A whole lot of issues.
By the time we finish with this series, we're going to get into case issue. That one is a different topic and of its own. But let's just finish treating. Remember, we have to finish our series of our perfect marriage before we start talking about keys and their manipulation and the rest of it, you know. So anyway, guys, we wanted to make this video like 10 to 15 minutes, but we are looking at the camera, it's more than that. But when I'm editing, we're going to see how we can cut off, because I just like to keep my audience watching. I don't like when I'm doing this kind of series, they're like long story, they want to go. So but I try to see if I can keep it short, but this topic is so interesting that when you dive into it, you have a lot coming in your brain.
You don't want to stop.
You want to talk like we are.
But I just want to leave something. I just want to leave something for our subscribers and those who have been watching this programs and videos all this while. Can you guys tell me what you think about the meaning of willingness? Just put it on the comment section below. What you think is willingness? Yeah. Because willingness is the key to a successful marriage. And
that is going to be our next episode 3 in our perfect marriage. So that will be our perfect marriage series comes out every 2 weeks. So we won't get it until another 2 weeks. So depending on when we are posting this. That brings us to the end of today's video.
Thank you guys for watching, and remember, we are the OC Family Live.
Until we meet again, guys, stay connected with your partner, with your husband, with your boyfriend. Try to make it happen.
Yeah.
The key to a successful relationship belongs to both of you.
The two of us.
Two of us.
You and
Just
your
the
partner.
two of us.
Yeah, just the two of us. Just you and your partner.
And your
okay?
partner. So
remember, follow up with our episodes
Yeah.
of our perfect marriage.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, until we meet again, we are the
OC Family Live. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.